The strange part wasn't that my girlfriend was cheating on me. The strange part was why she saved one specific contact in her phone under a fake woman's name. And when I finally opened that hotel room door, I understood why. Because the man inside that room was someone who should have never been there in the first place. My name's Ethan, and about 3 years ago, I genuinely believed I had found the woman I was going to marry. Her name was Vanessa. We met in Austin, Texas. Nothing dramatic, nothing movie-like. I worked long shifts at a small auto repair shop, barely earning enough to pay rent, and she worked at a coffee shop across the street. Every morning before work, I'd walk in there exhausted, and somehow she always remembered my order. Medium iced coffee, extra caramel, no whipped cream. Eventually we started talking, then hanging out, then dating. The first year felt perfect. Movie nights, cheap takeout, long drives, small dreams. We didn't have much money, but we were happy. Or at least, I thought we were. Sometimes I'd work overtime so that we could take a weekend trip. And every time she smiled, I felt like it was worth it. Back then, I would have done anything for her. Looking back now, that's probably why I missed the warning signs. Because when you love someone deeply, you don't see who they are. You see who you hope they are, and eventually, that hope becomes dangerous. Then everything started changing, slowly, almost invisibly, and at first, I convinced myself it was nothing. Around our second year together, Vanessa became different. Not dramatically, just enough to make me uncomfortable. She became protective of her phone, almost obsessed with it. Whenever I walked into the room, the screen suddenly went dark. Whenever a message arrived, she'd angle the phone away from me. At night, she started taking calls outside, and every time I asked who it was, she always had an answer ready. My mom, my co-worker, my friend Ashley. Normal answers. Too normal. One night, everything changed. She fell asleep next to me on the couch, and her phone lit up. I wasn't trying to snoop, but the notification appeared right in front of me. Last night was insane. My stomach tightened. Then another message arrived. I miss your body already. I just stared at the screen, trying to convince myself there had to be another explanation. But deep down, I already knew. A few days later, I noticed something strange. A contact named Megan. The messages were short, secretive, and strangely intimate. Tomorrow, same place. Can't wait. The more I looked, the less it sounded like a woman, and the more it sounded like someone hiding behind a fake name. That's when I stopped trusting my girlfriend. I didn't tell her yet. Over the next few weeks, I started noticing patterns. Every Thursday night, Vanessa disappeared. Same excuse, every time. Girls' night, one Thursday. I drove past the bar she claimed she was visiting. Her car wasn't there. That was the moment everything changed. Months earlier, during a road trip, she had logged into her location app on my iPad, and she never logged out. The next Thursday, I opened the app. 8:17 p.m. Her location started moving. I watched the screen for nearly 20 minutes. Then the GPS stopped at a hotel downtown, the Grand Regency. I remember staring at the address, still hoping I was wrong, still hoping there was another explanation. But there wasn't. I drove there immediately and sat across the street in silence. Rain tapped against my windshield. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. Then I made a decision. I wasn't leaving without the truth. After watching the hotel entrance for almost 20 minutes, I saw a room service employee heading toward the elevators, and that's when an idea came to me. A terrible idea. But at that point, I needed answers. A few minutes later, I found myself standing outside room 814. My heart was pounding. I could barely breathe. Then I knocked. Room service. Silence, then movement. a man's voice, then Vanessa's voice. A few seconds later, the lock clicked, the door opened, and there she was, Vanessa. The color instantly disappeared from her face. Then I looked past her and saw him, sitting on the edge of the bed, half-dressed. For a second, I couldn't process what I was seeing. Then everything clicked. The family gatherings, the photos, the introductions. I felt sick, but somehow the betrayal wasn't even the worst part. The worst part was her reaction. No apology, no tears, no regret, just annoyance, like I was the problem. Then she looked at me and laughed, and what she said next hurt more than the cheating itself. Honestly, Ethan, what did you expect? You work at a garage. You can barely pay your bills. You seriously thought I'd stay loyal forever? Every word felt like a knife. Then she compared me to the other guy, talked about money, status, success, and in that moment, something inside me broke. I didn't argue, I didn't yell, I simply walked away. That night changed everything. For months, I focused on work, learning, building, growing. I failed countless times, but eventually, things started working. A side business became a company, then another, then investments, then success. 5 years later, my life looked completely different. And then one afternoon, I saw Vanessa again. She recognized me immediately. Her eyes moved from my suit to my car, to the people standing around me. And I could see the regret, real regret. "You look successful now," she said quietly. I looked at her, just for a moment. No anger, no revenge, no satisfaction, because she no longer mattered. Then I got into my car and left, without saying a single word. Some people leave your life and teach you a lesson. Others leave your life and become the lesson. And sometimes, the best revenge isn't getting even. It's becoming someone they can never have back.